Good evening, football fans, and welcome back to the channel. The long-awaited quarterback saga is finally over. Aaron Rodgers officially has a new team. The veteran quarterback agreed to terms on a one-year deal with the Pittsburgh Steelers on Thursday and is expected to join the team for mandatory minicamp next week. Rodgers was released by the New York Jets in mid-March but took some time to weigh his options before ultimately landing in Pittsburgh. Rodgers, who will turn 42 during the 2025 season, is expected to start for the Steelers. He threw for 3.897 yards, 29 touchdown passes, and 11 interceptions last season in his first full year with the Jets after tearing an Achilles in Week 1 of 2023. While he remains a four-time league MVP and was one of the top available quarterbacks this offseason, questions persist about how much he has left in the tank. Is this truly a good move for Pittsburgh, even without many other obvious solutions? Let's size up the deal. The grade. A rational risk, B pending contract. Analytics writer Seth Walder has evaluated and graded the deal based on multiple factors, including on-field impact, salary cap implications, player value, age, and the context of the Steelers' short and long-term outlooks. While Walder admits it's hard to believe we're back here, watching another NFL franchise kowtow to a 41-year-old who hasn't played elite football since 2021. He ultimately gives the deal a grade of B, pending full contract information. Walder notes that while the median outcome might be a disappointing, lost season, this move makes rational sense, simply because of the slim amount of upside Rodgers still possesses compared to other available options. Rodgers' recent performance. Walder points out that Rodgers' recent struggles aren't solely due to his Achilles injury. He ranked 25th in QBR, 48.0, in a very poor 2024 season with the Jets. Despite having Garrett Wilson and Davante Adams to target, his completion percentage over expectation was a dismal -5%, better than only Anthony Richardson and Cooper Rush. Even in 2022, his final season with the Packers, Rodgers ranked 26th in QBR. Optimistic outlook. The optimistic case for the Steelers is that Rodgers was still hampered by the torn Achilles in 2024. To his credit, Rodgers did look more mobile as the 2024 season progressed, with 17 of his 30 fastest top speed plays coming in Week 13 or later. Per NFL Next Gen Stats, a relative bargain, assuming Rodgers is indeed playing for something in the range of the $10 million he hinted he would play for. Walder views this as a good move. Even with his recent struggles, the chances of Rodgers being a top 10 quarterback this season are higher than those of Russell Wilson, Kirk Cousins, or other available veterans. The Steelers didn't overspend, providing interim stability without committing to a long-term solution. Steelers infrastructure. Leveraging Rodgers' upside. What truly separates the Steelers from other potential Rodgers contenders, like the Giants, is Pittsburgh's existing infrastructure that could potentially take advantage of Rodgers' upside. A potentially great defense. Pittsburgh ranked 10th in EPA per play last season, but their ceiling is much higher. With stars like T.J. Watt, Alex Highsmith, Cameron Hayward, and Nick Herbig, the Steelers boast an outrageous pass rush. The secondary, featuring Minkah Fitzpatrick, Joey Porter Jr., and Darius Slay Jr., can also be solid. Good enough pass protection. The Steelers ranked 13th in pass block win rate last season, providing a stable pocket, although they did lose left tackle Dan Moore Jr. to the Titans in free agency. A good wide receiver in Metcalf, with DK Metcalf acquired via trade. The Steelers have a true number one target. However, Walder notes that with George Pickens traded to the Cowboys, the Steelers really could use a second reliable wide receiver, as the depth chart behind Metcalf is not particularly inspiring. A savvy coach, longtime Steelers coach Mike Tomlin possesses significant organizational power and a proven track record of handling difficult personalities. This is a crucial element that the Jets reportedly lacked, which led to Rodgers having de facto run of the organization. Tomlin's leadership can manage Rodgers effectively. Walder concludes that if Rodgers hits his 85th percentile outcome, the Steelers could go on a deep playoff run, a scenario he believes wouldn't be possible with alternatives like Russell Wilson. Scheme fit. Buy-in is key. NFL analyst Ben Solik weighed in on whether Rodgers fits the Steelers' offense. Solich emphasizes that the primary question isn't about Rodgers' talent, but whether he will buy in to Arthur Smith's scheme. Rodgers' time with the Jets was defined by his unwillingness to fully embrace a new system. Smith's offenses heavily rely on play action from under center, but Rodgers has famously disliked turning his back to the defense. Solich questions if Rodgers is finally ready to adjust his play style to accommodate his diminishing mobility. Solich also sees an uncertain fit with DK Metcalf. Rodgers notoriously demands perfection from his receivers on highly specific routes, while Metcalf is known as one of the less precise route runners in the NFL. This could lead to sideline or post-game blow-ups between the two. Despite potential friction, Solich concludes that Rodgers was still a better quarterback in the 2024 season than Russell Wilson or Justin Fields. While the Steelers' offense under Rodgers may not consistently outperform last season's version, it will likely have more peak games of competency, which could be a big deal come playoff time, especially given the Steelers' strong defense. What do you think of this analysis? Is Aaron Rodgers the missing piece for the Steelers? Or a risky gamble? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more #NFL news and #NFL free agency analysis. Well, folks, the long national nightmare, or perhaps just the very long offseason drama, is finally over. Aaron Rodgers officially has a new team. The veteran quarterback, who will turn 42 during the 2025 season, has agreed to a one-year deal with the Pittsburgh Steelers and is expected to join them next week. Yes, you heard that right, the Steelers. After being released by the Jets in mid-March, Rodgers took his sweet time weighing options. He was one of the top available QBs and, let's not forget, a four-time MVP. But with his recent performance and age, the burning question is this really a good move for Pittsburgh? Or are they just signing up for more drama? Analytics writer Seth Walder and NFL analyst Ben Solich weighed in. And their grades are, well, nuanced. Walder actually said, "I can't believe we're back here. Watching another NFL franchise desperate for an answer at quarterback kowtow to a 41-year-old who hasn't played good ball since 2021. Ouch." He predicts a lost season, ending in disappointment. However, he then hilariously pivots, saying it's also the rational choice, due to the slim amount of upside Rodgers still possesses. Talk about a ringing endorsement. Walder points out that Rodgers' 74.1 QBR in his 2021 MVP season was elite. Even with a very poor 2024 season where he ranked 25th in QBR with the Jets. Walder believes Rodgers' chances of being a top 10 QB this season are still higher than other available veterans. Though, that 2024 performance included a completion percentage over expectation worse than only Anthony Richardson and Cooper Rush. To be fair, the Jets' pass protection was not great. The optimistic view for the Steelers is that Rodgers was still hampered by his torn Achilles last season. He did look more mobile as 2024 progressed. However, let's not forget his decline started even before the Jets, with a rough 2022 season too. So, don't blame everything on the Achilles. Apparently, Ben Solich, meanwhile, is worried about the scheme fit with Arthur Smith. Rodgers famously hates turning his back to the defense for play action, something Smith loves. And then there's the potential clash with DK Metcalf, Pittsburgh's new star receiver. Metcalf isn't known for his precise route running. And Rodgers, well, he demands perfection. Solich jokes it's hard to imagine a 17-game season in which there is no sideline or post-game blow-up between Rodgers and his top pass catcher. Get your popcorn ready for that dynamic. Despite the potential drama, Walder gives the deal a B grade, pending contract info, arguing that if Rodgers plays for around the $10 million he mentioned, it's a relative bargain. He also believes Pittsburgh has the infrastructure to actually take advantage of Rodgers' upside, a potentially great defense with TJ Watt and company, good enough pass protection, and a savvy coach in Mike Tomlin who can handle difficult personalities. Unlike the Jets, Tomlin isn't likely to give Rodgers the keys to the entire organization. So, while Walder admits he would not feel good about going down this path if he were the Steelers, he sees it as a necessary swing while TJ Watt is still in his prime. If Rodgers hits his 85th percentile outcome, the Steelers could make a deep playoff run. If he hits his actual 2024 outcome, well, we'll probably be back here talking about another lost season. But hey, at least it won't be boring.